Welcome to another stream, a Sunday stream, where we're going to continue as usual, working on Doom 2 Annie, episode 2, map 3, and 1 hour of HBAC. As soon as the map on HBAC is done, it kind of depends on where the project is. I have to check in with the project leader, see if I can take a different map or spend that resource on Annie as well. We'll see. We're getting pretty close to completion when it comes to that map. And it's gonna be exciting, putting in the monsters, you know, playing around with it, see how it plays, see how it fits in the rest of the pack. We're slowly getting there. It's not too much work, I think. Kinda, if I'm getting really close to the end, I might kinda devote 1 hour, take it away from Annie temporarily and put it into HPAC, just if completion is close, so I can get that out of the way and then kind of see where we go from there. So for now, let's just jump in. Doom 2 Annie, 2 hours. We're going to continue working on adding some details to the final section of map 3, and hopefully we're also, you know, seeing a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this map. A little bit of scripting, then we can continue to monster placement, stuff like that, and really close getting to the release of episode 2. So let's not waste too much time and jump straight in. Okay, let me first set the clock. There we go. Okay, there we go. My memory is so bad that I keep forgetting what I was doing during the previous stream. But I think I was working on this actually. Let's keep it for now. I think I got one more area. I feel there's room for one more, and I've got an idea. Now, what I was thinking, let's pin these for a moment actually. All good. Okay. So what I was thinking, you can actually, well, in theory at least, you should be able to create sector portals within the skybox as well, which means I can add on top of these buildings for some really crazy skybox effects. But I feel for this specific setting, might just get away with leaving it like that. So we're gonna keep this shape simple. First determine the scale. I think something like this. And then wait, it has to be... Never mind. That's weird. It's weird, it's still a skybox. Oh, there we go. Okay, it was just a glitch. So what I want to do here is basically something along that kind of resembles... Let's see, this one I think. Oh, really? Oh wait, it's H2 map too. You don't want to be in there. H2 map. Let's have a quick look. I kind of want to... I think I use it here. Something like this. So it's angled, okay. But then, you know, on a larger scale, it's angled. So we're gonna do it like that. You only need to create it once. If we got the shape and the texture. That should suffice, and then we can just copy it. Okay. You know, when it comes to texturing, might as well use a little bit of consistency and just copy that one I used before. Could even... Oh, well, that looks like a nice texture actually. Let's see, what did I use for the ceiling? Okay, just kept it simple. Alright. This is just a little... wow, that actually looks good. Let's see. Of course, that doesn't scale right. Oh, actually a lot of great variants. Okay. Let's see, let's view the ceiling textures. Obviously, it's something like this. Let's see. Yeah, I think that one is good. Okay. And then we can just use a generic texture here. I think I use this one. Doesn't really matter too much. So what we're gonna do, it's kind of like a support type of structure. Now, before I do this, actually, I want to kind of confirm the length. It is kind of strange, but let's see. Actually, we could get away with like one very nicely detailed structure here. Can't be too, like, it has to be a little more generic. I think this one actually might suit. Just match the height. You get a nice trim at the top as well. Now what we want, three. So it scales properly. This one doesn't really matter. We can actually delete this completely. So it's a kind of like a nice structure which is detailed enough so there's no extra sector detail needed. Like in this case, for example, it's a little less obvious, but I still think I can get away with it. But obviously it could benefit a nice trim. Because the texture kind of abruptly stops. Now I kind of added in these extra details to try to break it off a little bit. Here as well, as you can see. But this one, you know, there's no extra work required. So what I want to do is probably move this a little bit closer. So you can, you know, actually see some details here. I think that's good. It doesn't really have to make too much sense, as long as it looks good, because it's just a skybox. What we're gonna do, let's add those support textures. There is one which is really good. I use it in the previous map. I think, is it this one? Let's hold on to that. Oh, we can actually you got this one as well. However, it might be nice to play around with it, because we got these lights integrated here, and we're going to wrap the texture. There we go. So fit with once, two. No idea if this looks good enough. Okay. Let's see if we can actually just copy paste this. Okay, and then there we go. So what we got now, if we actually and what I want to do is only darken this area, because here we're gonna need the lights, and we can play around with it, because I think adding some dynamic lights always is good. I think we can get away with the yellow ones here. Let's see. It's not too heavy on the GPU because there's not too many lights. Okay, there we go. So we need to repeat that. And then repeat that times, well, 3 more times. But you will notice like it does so much for a map. Probably gonna do okay. Make it attenuated. It's a little more subtle. As you can see, the difference is huge. However, I don't know. Maybe can I shrink the radius a little bit? So it doesn't get. Yeah, that's better. I think I'm gonna use the standard lights instead of the attenuated ones. Okay, so I think this is. We're off to a great start. Thanks. Okay. And then we're just gonna do that, paste it like that. Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to be too much. Okay, it's easily solved. Kind of want to get rid of that white line. The bottom, it doesn't matter. Because it kind of closes a little better with the dark line here. Otherwise there's too much contrast. Now, I'm not really sure if you actually notice it from afar. Now what I can and probably should add is a little bit of extra detail. Like that. Hold on. I think I used it in the core decay map as well. Now it doesn't serve like a specific goal. I just think it looks good. 288, that's the center. Okay. So 1 and 3. Okay, still good. Now for this one, I would prefer something generic. Like this would be perfect if only well, yeah, maybe. Oh. See something like that, which has actually, yeah, it might work. I don't really like the top, but you know, from a distance you probably won't even notice. I'm not really sure if there's anything like a different variant. Something like this could also work, but I still think I'm gonna go with this. So just gonna keep it rusty. Can actually, in this case, we could use a non-generic texture and just stretch it out. Only thing is, it has to look kind of look good scaled, because it's going to be stretched out a little bit. And it's gonna be like, the dimensions have to be good. So like square texture is not the best one. Something like this. This one would actually not be bad if it was the resolution was higher. And there are a lot of squared textures. This one is, you know, good if we want to add some sector detail. This is a contender. Let's try it. I think it might actually fit really nicely. Although I feel like doesn't look too bad. Kinda in line with the colors, that's for sure. Let's say let's keep it. Now what I want to do is if I want to, here we go again. Pin texture offsets. That's exactly what I did. That's why I probably it saved the offsets. Oh, that's great. That's why it's probably a good idea to save texturing till the very last. But I kind of want to get that early feel. because sometimes it helps me kind of redefine the shape. And you basically could like, what would be really cool if I could add this, like these type of cranes here. What I'm gonna do instead is just keep it simple for now. Maybe I change it along the way. Not really sure yet. I haven't decided on that yet. But we're just gonna create a nice shape here. It's gonna be like a huge pipe or drill or whatever. Actually, it can be anything I want. You can even make it rotating. Like, how about this? Now that would be nice. Like a giant drill. Let's see if we can actually. And we can make, like, create a sector portal. I mean, a poly object out of this, so make it spinning as well. That would be pretty awesome. Okay, so how we're gonna tackle this? I'm gonna just build the shape here in this area, and then you can always remove it. So actually, I think this is actually okay. Now, if I can remove just the outer edges, and it's like a, you know, just have to remove this because poly objects have to be now. It comes down to the texturing, like how realistic this drill is. Kind of like these tram textures. Might get away with this. Might get away with this. I just think it needs a very clear distinction where the sharp, like the edges are. Also a nice trim. I've never used it before. Not bad. Yeah. Okay. Let's oh wait. Maybe I did it for a reason. So weird, man. The undo button doesn't do shit. And now it just doesn't work anymore. Jesus Christ, man, this editor sometimes, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you do this? Why just not align it simply? So weird, man. That is so weird. And you can't, hold on. You can just undo it. Do you actually undo this? So weird. I don't even know. Now it works. Get the fuck out of here. It's so weird, man. Maybe it has to do with this, I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna toy around with it. Just leave it at that. Where the fuck are all my lights? Jesus fucking Doom Builder. Oh god, man. I swear this program sometimes hates me. Thankfully it's not too much effort, but still weird. Like the undo function seems to be broken as hell, I don't know why. Back to texturing. I kind of got distracted there. I think this actually, because of the natural, like the texture is, they kind of put the brightness in the texture, so I think it will create this, I don't know, create this nice natural looking variant without me having to add anything to it. The only thing I'm not really sure about is this texture. Other than that, I think it looks pretty good. Now, like a texture, I think it's a Doom 2 standard, but you know, let's see how it looks in the level itself, if we can see it from this angle. Can we see it? It's right there. It's a huge building, I love it. Right, let's have a look, see if we can get a better angle from there. Yeah, that looks nice. I think it might even can just remove this piece and move this further up. kind of let's see. So we got the better angle from here. Maybe not. Oh, from there. I think it looks better, like the spacing is a little better between the buildings. Now what I have to do is obviously, because it's more visible now, add one more. Just gonna flip it. There we go. And that's actually fine as it is. Okay. Okay, so what I think actually might look really nice, and we're going to reflect that on the drill as well. Let's see. Like that. Oh, I have to unlock this. If we add some lights, and I think maybe this one. So we're gonna let's see, so the upper wall. I'm gonna use red and no wait, ceiling glow. Ah wait, of course. Colors. So what if we use red here as well? That's too much. Doesn't have to have ceiling glow. Surfaces. Make this bright. Okay. What the fuck happens with my undo button? Why doesn't it work? Probably want to do might be too much effort, so we're just gonna leave it like that. And this one has to have a ceiling glow. Like that. Now, of course, this is a little bit over the top. I'm well aware. But it all comes down to Like, how does it look from a distance? It's definitely not the idea that the player you know, kind of reaches this area up close. It's just so... It's mainly because of the drill. Now I'm not really sure, I can't remember if this is actually... Normally it should be affected. The drill, even if it's a poly object, it should still be affected by the light. Maybe I can do it like a little inset like this. That's weird. Why is this? Why does there have to be just one? Which doesn't seem to work. That is a mystery to me. Okay. There we go. So that kind of makes sense from a lighting standpoint somewhat. And it's mainly because I kind of wanted to illuminate the drill a little bit. That's about it, really. Well, this texture might not be super great, but we'll have a look. I think we should probably shade that one as well, because it can be more subtle. So like a little bit of light is transferred. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think that's enough. So it's kind of like the transition between the drill and the ceiling is a little bit more natural. What I probably want to do is retract the lighting a little bit. Let's get a better view. Yeah, that's better. So you can see like that the light is not going too far down. You can still see the difference. Now it will look better if the drill is actually moving. So we're gonna add that poly object, but I kind of like the shape here. It's actually good. And then I think we got our Steel City type of map. Like the decoration for the ceiling is done. I don't want to go overboard with it. I might in the sequel. I might go overboard, but not right now. Okay. So at least, you know, wherever you look, there's some something to see in the background, which is actually what I wanted. And I think this looks definitely is good enough. It's something I never tried before. So that is I think it's a good first effort. See, that's what I mean, like when you don't have to add too much detail. What I said in the beginning of the stream. Even with those textures, which are a little more generic, but still feel like they have enough detail to them. So it's looking good. It's all good. Okay. Definitely makes the map feel a lot larger than it actually is. Okay, let's make a poly object out of this. Here's an easy function. We just have to... Let's actually... Wait a minute. How... This is not centered. That's okay. Can we center it? Is it centered now? No, it's not. I think it's centered now. Let's put it to the test. 81. 80. Son of a bitch. You've got to be kidding me. What is the center line here? That one. Perfect. Okay. So we have a center line. And we can actually two. Doesn't look center. Ah, wait a minute. It's, yeah, okay. I'm looking at it the wrong way. This is centered. Okay. Because it's because of the angles. This one is... Yeah, okay. Let's see. 96, is that correct? 66. Yeah, it probably has to do with the shape of the circle. I think. This one does look centered. I think I have to compare it to this one. No, also no. 99. 130. So weird. Okay, let's first well, actually, you know, we can, it doesn't really matter here. Oh shit. Okay. Never mind. So because like the center area is determined by just a thing, the poly object anchor. So this will disappear. So what I just need to do is just get this in close. Yeah. 3, 8, 4. That's kind of weird. 3, 8, 4. So it is actually, there is a center spot. At least this one has a center spot, so that's all good. Let's see. How did I do it again? I have to check my shortcuts. Scripts. Control Alt P. Oh, I did set it. Okay. Regular. Maybe it has to be like a line. Ah, there we go. Start spot. So the anchor has to be right in the middle. Let's quickly see. Okay. Okay. Oh man, this is what I really love about now we can actually safely remove this, and we just have to set this right in the middle. Okay. It is exactly in the middle. Now let's see, before we actually, hold on, what poly object number is this? Is it the first one I use? Angle 1. Huh, it's the first poly object. Okay, and it's easy. Let's see, no, it can be the first one. Although, maybe. Okay. And then we can actually just copy the entire poly object script from one of the earlier maps. Kind of use it here as well. Usually set them up in the beginning. Jump at poly object spinner. That's all I need. So we're just gonna set it up. Like I usually try to set it near the beginning. Because I usually try to load the map mechanics first. Let's see, normally this should work. But you never know. Keeping me excited till the very last. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. What I'm gonna try, and I think I did it somewhere. Let's see, let's check out the hub map. It had a great texture for these type of drills. I think I use it here. That one. It's actually pretty awesome. See if we can get it to look good. Like I said, it's from a distance. Now this is very simple, right? But hopefully it looks good as well. 'Cause that is like... where is it? Oh, there. You can't even see it. I think it's... I kind of need to expand it, but that's okay. I think we got room for that. So let's... Can we actually... No. Let's see. So here, let's place it there. And this one there. Okay, so we need just to stretch it out. This is pretty large. That's not good. Just want to keep it barely. Not touching anything. I wonder. There is something with these shapes that I can't really... It's weird. Okay. Let's try this. Maybe we could... Maybe we need to shrink it. But I do want the player to kind of see at least something of this shape. There it is. So you got this, that would make sense for the drill to be attached to something rather than just make direct contact to the other texture. And because that is round, the texture is rounded off, so it eliminates the need for me to add that extra detail. I think I might even make it a little smaller, but I think we kind of... that's fine. Now if I like, if I had 3D models, hell not. Let's try and do something. Okay, we can actually... There we go. Ceiling textures. There is a texture that has some kind of rope structure. Like I kind of want to, you know, using like these steel cables, but it would look better if they were like angled like this, like going in like a 30-degree angle. Unfortunately, that would require 3D models. Well, technically, you could do it with 3D sloped furrows, but that would be... that's too much. There's something we can do with this. Wrong part. Let's see. This one. Huh? Since when is this? Since when is this? That is too bad. Render style additive. Since when is this not fully transparent? LFW6. Okay. Does look transparent. That is weird. Weird shit. I think I used this one before. Now I gotta know. Where did I use it? I think it was somewhere over here. Here we go. LFW62. Okay. That's so weird. That is so weird. Doesn't make too much sense to me, but might be on my end then. I don't know. Two Miller, you're acting very strange again. And what I want to do here is actually... No, we need it. Hold on, I think maybe the upper wall. Although that's on the edge. Not really sure if this looks like anything. It's just a slight experiment. Just a tiny experiment. Feel it could fit in some... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe on one of the other buildings. Maybe there. Let's try it out. Definitely not here. It's okay though. Give it a shot. I'm not really sure if that is actually... Does it look like anything? I'm not really sure what the original function is, to be honest. Visually, it what's kind of weird is that what I think is kind of weird is that it's kind of like it's cut off. Hold on. We can actually fix that, maybe. Though it has transparency. It's not like, it doesn't reach the edges, although the texture is this size. There's like an inset, a transparent inset on both ends, which is weird. Okay, let's get back to where we were actually. Is there? No, it's not an Quake 2 texture pack. This one. Perfect. Hey Tunas, what is up, buddy? I'm doing fine, thank you so much. How are you? This is exactly what I needed. Perfect. Okay, so this one has to be flipped, I think. Yeah. Ah, furnace to morning routine. Okay, awesome. So you got any special plans for today? Playing some Warframe. Oh, that's awesome. It's been a while since I played that one, but I did enjoy it. Though sometimes it did feel a little grindy. Like, there was a long time in Warframe that oh god. That I wasn't even know what I was doing, you know? Like there were so many. It was a time where I didn't really understand those type of games. That they were so grindy. And you had to do missions multiple times to get a chance at yeah, get like these components which you need. Like it took me a very long time before I was able to craft like any type of gear that had some meaning, you know. But it's a fun game. It's just, it requires a lot of investment. Okay, okay. I need to get back into Warframe as well. Like I played it for many hours, but I didn't get far. Because I hated some missions where there's like Piggy, thank you so much for following, welcome. Like there was you know, some missions, because like the game was out for so long and I only got, like I played for a bit and then I didn't play it for a long time and then I got back into it, and the earlier missions there were like not so many players. You couldn't find too many players for those specific missions, and it let's see if we can actually kind of create this. So it was, you know, a little bit of a shame. Well, look at that, we can actually create a texture. We have to be very creative. Oh shit. And then there was like these missions that were like, you couldn't afford to make too many mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the best way to look at it. Oh, I think that was a really creative solution. Too bad you can't see any of that shit. So we're gonna have to make a switch here. Better. Kind of weird that you don't see it. Play the game for the sake of playing it. True. Guess that is a good way to look at it. Though, you know, the only difference is like, you kind of, when you play Doom, like, I mean, in Doom you could replay it, but there's like a lot of, you know, you have a lot of custom levels, stuff like that. So it's kind of like a new experience. Whereas these, if you like, the grind is, you keep repeating the same levels, doing the same tasks. So there's a little difference in there. Like for example, these extraction shooters, we have to go in the same level over and over and over again, doing like only like slightly different tasks. But the core remains the same. Like there's not too much variation. Like, if it makes somewhat sense. Whereas when you play Doom, if it, like, suppose you play it once, and then you go to custom levels, which is like a separate thing. But you actually have like, you work a lot faster towards the end goal. Whereas the end goal for like a game like Warframe is like, you know, you can't even see it, like the light at the end of the tunnel. It's it takes a very long time to get to the end game. But I suppose I do not understand. Oh, it's behind the pillar. I think. Hold on. It must be just behind that pillar. That's why you can't see it, but it's still there. Okay, so we're gonna remove it. It's not worth it. You can't even see that one. Okay, so that's a little less... I think we might even put it there. Like you have a nice backdrop. this one we can remove, and we just have to switch places with this. You got like this broken cable. Good Fallout game. Yeah. I have been playing. True. They should give it a lot better backdrop. But I kind of like, I enjoy like, let's twist it a little bit. I do enjoy the fact that you like, that it takes a longer time to finish the story. I do enjoy that. Now we can actually delete this one as well. Can mess around it, yeah. True. No, it's not for everybody. True. Like, though I would choose a game like Warframe over, let's say, like a Souls-like, because I hate it when you know, at the end of the day, I kind of wanted to make progress, even if it's small. Whereas these games, like these Souls games, which, you know, I don't have enough time to spend on them to actually get good. I feel like it's such a waste, because you can actually play that game for a few hours and not make any progress at all. I felt like I've been playing what was it called? Rip Out, which kind of like the concept in theory is pretty cool. Like you can actually use these. I love these critters running around. If you have seen some gameplay of Rip Out, you have these critters walking around. You can actually use your pet gun to grab them and attach them to your shoulder. So you have these different critters that do different things, like a cannon, or like healing you, or whatever, or like a claw that kind of you can use to attack enemies. It's a really cool concept. And at first, like, the missions are actually, they're pretty tough. You die easily in that game. And Well, basically, it's like a co-op extraction shooter, but I just didn't look at it like that in the beginning, and like I kept dying and losing all my progress, and I wasn't really like. But it kind of felt different for me when I looked at it. Like, okay, it's an extraction shooter, so you gotta have a little bit of luck involved. If you make it, you know, you can get out with your components. If not, you have to. And like the missions are. They're what do you call it? Like auto-generated. You got these modules, and so you get it. It's gonna get randomized each time. Now, as so far, I haven't seen too much variation, which is a bit of a shame. But you know, since I looked at it differently, I kind of enjoyed it a little more than I did in the beginning. And well, you know, it definitely has its flaws, and sometimes the execution could be better, but overall, what the hell is even this? Yeah, true. But like you have to, it at some point it has to kind of click with you. What the hell is going on here? Let me have a quick look. Okay. That was the issue. But to get that click, you have to, you constantly try, and I know at some point it will probably like, it gets easier, but you have to get to that point. Whereas I can play it for a while and then like weeks I don't have time to play it or to invest time into it. And it kind of feels like a few steps back, actually, like a few huge steps back. Because you kind of lose that click you're trying to build. And for me, it's not a fun experience, you know. Especially because I have so many other things to do. So when it comes to gaming, I usually want these. Well, I don't mind if they're grindy. Like at least, like I kind of want to make some progress, you know, each time. Like that's why I'm not really into the whole multiplayer thing anymore, because, you know, it feels so pointless. Like I don't have time to get really good to be competitive at a competitive level. So that's, for me, it's just, would have been just for fun. But like if you see, like that is something when I was a little younger, maybe, because, I don't know, maybe I'm getting slower or my patience is growing more thin, I don't know. But it feels like if you jump into like a match, like a popular title, there's so many, like, how do you call them nowadays? Sweats? I don't know. So it, like, I don't have these super high reflexes anymore. It's I've been enjoying games at like a slower pace. But you know, it's to each his own. That would be fun. Like if you have like a group of friends. Unfortunately, like my friends, they mostly run on PS5, which I also have. I have a PS5, but I refuse to pay for a subscription just to be online. Especially because I don't get that as much value out of it, because like I said, I don't have too much time to spend on gaming. And some games you can do crossplay, but it's still like, like for example, my friends, they kind of got into Path of Exile 2, which is a very fun game, don't get me wrong, but they have way more time to spend on that than me, which, when I couldn't even play with them like in the same matches, because their skill, their level was way higher than mine. So that those games are actually definitely not for co-op, unless you're at the same level. Then it can be fun. But for me, it wasn't fun at all, which is unfortunate. So I kind of want to like. I would enjoy a game like, let's say, Arma Reforged, for example, where you kind of don't get that huge leap in player level. Because if, like, I feel like with many games nowadays, you like there always has to be some kind of like there's like an element where the more time you spend in a game, the more you get ahead, and it just becomes impossible to play on that same level, to enjoy the game together, even if somebody like puts 100 hours in and I only put like 20 in. For most games nowadays, I feel like it's impossible to play together. Where I could just enjoy like, a good co-op session like Doom, where it doesn't really matter. But even though my friends are the same age, they don't really have that retro, that nostalgia thing, I guess. So I rarely play games with them. And then just like in the beginning, right? Like I remember Diablo 4, and for me it's put everything aside, besides the negative thing it gets. I just would have played it just to be able to play something with them together. But in the beginning it was fun, but then they got like so many levels above me, and I just kept on. I feel like I was just running behind, getting some scraps, and constantly kept dying, so they constantly would have to revive me. So that was definitely not a fun experience, and I hate games like that. I do not enjoy it. Or games where you have to like, these battle royale where you spend most of the time just looking at your screen, looking at other people play, while you wait to be resurrected. That kind of stuff. No, that's just not for me. Yeah. Sometimes, like I don't want to get in their way either, I don't want to hold them back. to use that before? Well, we might. I feel like I used a different color of green in the first episode. I might have to look into that. And this is gonna be the exit. Let's see. Got here one key, need a second key, and then okay. I think the blue key. So this is going to be the exit. Let's use a script. Blank line this 16. I kind of forgot what door. Okay, yeah. Blue. There we go. But it's actually. That's a good idea. To make a different character just to play with friends. That's actually a good idea. But you know, like, you have to really want to. If you're like really want to progress in the game, it feels like a waste of time. Especially like if there's a huge difference in playtime, you know. Let's make an old-fashioned. No, it's not a waste of time to do that. It's when it comes to progression. For me, it doesn't feel like that. But when it comes to progression, like if you have a friend that is like super involved in the game, and it's grindy like Path of Exile 2, you know, well, it is enjoyable to play with a friend, but like some friends, they kind of feel like they should like they'd rather spend time actually progressing their main character to kind of reach that end game. So if you spend like a few hours playing with friends, which is fun for me. That's how I look at it, but not for everybody. You know, some friends kind of like they'd rather play like a different game then, and some of them are so hooked into Path of Exile 2, it's insane. It's like they kind of propose like you can just play separately and we can just, you know, talk to each other and chat. But I think, well, what's the point, right? And they could just come over and chat instead of just, you know, playing like a different, like on a different server, but just to chat. That's insane. There we go. I think we can actually use this one. Good old-fashioned exit sign. Actually, I wanted to create these or have these in all my maps. Because it's a real, like, super nice nostalgia trick or nostalgia thing. That is not even in the middle. That is. So. Now what I want to do is actually add one sector around it. Although, let's try if we can negate that, but could that work? I'm not even sure. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think in this case, it does look like it's working. What I'm gonna do is actually to add a little bit more attention to this. Let's add a red light here. Yeah, true. True. But you know, it's... guess they're on a different level, I don't know. Well, that is just, you know, when it comes to gaming, of course. But I don't... Yeah, it's... I still feel it's different. Hold on. I think I'm gonna have to... here. The wall. That's good. It has like a nice, it draws attention, that's what I wanted. So that is fine. The lighting kind of reflects better as well, because otherwise it like the texture itself doesn't get illuminated by the red light if I just only change the brightness of the individual texture. That is good. And from here we go downwards. That's going to be like an elevator where you will do the final battle, the arena. Okay, let's actually see what we can do here. How do you even... Oh, that's how you reach it. I have to kind of check out the gameplay. It's actually very good to actually place like a weapon here, something that is kind of really teases the player. Let's see, we do have a little bit of room. Now, actually, let's see. Ah, that's for that one. Okay. It's old school. We can actually just stretch it, or just make 2 of them, which might translate a little better. Or let's see. Do it like that. There. Find something good for this one. Also something generic, preferably. Although, if maybe this can work. Maybe. Let's see. So the center. This one. Looks cool enough, but let's see. This is half. Can we actually put transition? Let's see. If we actually use only third. And that is a decent transition. See how we fare with this. So we take the length of this one and then add another 32. I can live with that. Just go for something like this. Combo. No. Too generic. Although maybe, you know, we can actually, while we're at it, let's add something with a nice trim. Pretty sure there's something. Like this, but a little hold on, let's find something. It has to be generic in length, something like this. But with a nice trim on the side. This would be nice. See if we can actually... I don't think so. But it's something along the way, lines like that. The factory stuff, that is actually an interesting texture pack from Doom 3 as well, but I feel like it's definitely something I could use for the Steel City backdrop. This one always does the trick, however, might work. Just flip it in a different direction, there we go. Definitely looks nice. Looks nice enough. Actually, does it even translate that bad? Okay, let's keep this for now. Do we have... Oh, it's not even... Will look even better. There we go. Okay. That's it for Doom 2 Annie for today. Borderlands Ruin? Oh yeah. The first Borderlands experience for me was terrible because I decided to jump online, play with other people immediately. And I felt like I was just running behind, picking up whatever I could. And the things dropped were mostly like way above my level. And at some point we got to the final boss and I didn't even get to see him. Like there was a cutscene, the cutscene ended, the boss was dead, and the game ended. That was a terrible experience. I didn't even, like before I even got loaded into the game properly, the boss was dead. It was insane. So it was a terrible experience, and that's why for Borderlands 2, which I did a recent playthrough. I finished it recently. I wanted to do the boss fight alone, solo. So I only did I did play with other people online, but I only did side quests. And that felt like a proper experience, like, you know, with a couple of quests which were like a little more difficult. It's sometimes fun to get like an extra hand to help you out. But it was terrible, the first one. I mean, the game was good, don't get me wrong, but the multiplayer experience was terrible. Yeah. So I kind of learned my lesson there back then. But okay, I'm gonna take a very small break. I'll be back in a few minutes, and then we can continue working on HPAC. So I'll see you very soon. All right, so let's jump into Heretic. I should probably, when I finish the map, I should probably do a proper like playthrough on stream of this project, just so you can see what is all in there, which trust me, it's a very ambitious project. Now, same with my previous map, I for the life of me can't remember what I was doing last stream, which area I was working on. I think I was messing around with the skybox, but I'm not really sure. Well, in either way, there's plenty of stuff to do here. So we're just gonna I think we can probably work on Other sector portals here, maybe? I kind of need to get a feel for... Oh wait, I think, yeah, we're working on this secret area right here. That was it. Okay. And what I was trying to figure out last stream was if there were more mechanics, like instead of keys, like Festus suggested that I placed like a key here, which opened access to a different area. Unfortunately, I can't find any. I don't think this project uses like different keys other than the standard ones. And I think maybe one extra. But no objects like you could collect like a statue head or something like you could in the original Hexen. Which is a bit of a shame because I feel like it has a lot of potential. Now, I still need to script this button combination here, which is going to be a pain. And I don't even know what oh yeah, it was for a secret. Okay. Let's see. Did I actually script that? I did. Okay. So in this case, maybe like a shrine or something. I never use a shrine. They're custom made. I don't know how they look, how you use them, because there a lot of stuff about this project actually changed. Well, I was, you know, it has been going for many years, this project, and there have been a lot of changes throughout. Some changes I missed, which means there are a couple of new things to discover here. I see, this is a shrine. Okay. It keeps existing. I wonder, can you actually set the uses? You can actually set the uses. You can customize it, I think, but it has to be through scripting. It's actually interesting because you love scripting, don't you? though these shrines, which actually are pretty cool. The thing is, I kind of want to use like... Well, there's no point in... I understand there's no point in having like a shrine if you use it just once. Because you could just use the item, like the morph oven. I could just place it, you know, just as a pickup instead of a shrine. Obviously, so it's meant for more uses than one, which I understand. But I kind of want to limit the uses, let's say to, I don't know, maybe 3 or so. Though I feel like this this specific place is not really shrine material. Like you have to go, you would have to backtrack. I feel like the shrine would be better suited for an area which you kind of visit a couple of times. And you can always make use of it. So here I might, but as you can see, there are a lot of additions in this project compared to the original Heretic game, which makes it, I feel like Heretic in itself, like the base game, the vanilla Heretic, it was fun, but I feel like it was lacking, like it wasn't as good as Doom. I can't really put my finger on it as to why exactly. Because like the gameplay is very similar. Maybe it's the setting, I don't know. I know. But this project really has that kind of like, it elevates Heretic to, I feel like, what it should have been. Which would have made it, like, you know, you got these restrictions back then, of course, but I feel like Heretic had like Hexen, for example. That is different. That's a different story because that kind of elevated the you know, it built it on the foundation of the engine and kind of really elevated it compared to the original Doom. In terms of like mechanics, you got these, you know, very neat tricks you could do with the engine and the levels, and it was a huge step up. I'm not talking about like the gameplay and stuff like that. I'm talking like from a technical standpoint, where I feel like Heretic is just like felt like it's just a reskin. I mean, it had some unique, you know, like monsters and stuff like that, and some very interesting stuff, but still it couldn't really, like Heretic didn't really reach that same level as Doom for me. Well, it's in itself, you know, it's still a fun game, don't get me wrong, but it couldn't really get into it the same way as I got into Doom. Which, you know, if things were the other way around, maybe it would have been different. I don't know. If like Heretic released first and then Doom, I don't know. But Hexen felt different. I feel like just maybe like an artifact here. What is a Master Scroll? I don't even know what it does. I don't even know what many of these things do. Wings of Wrath. You could use him to fly. Yeah. Can we actually... well, we could add a secret here. Scroll of Hellfire. How about that? You need a green key, that's not correct. Oh, what was the cheat code again? Can't remember, I can never remember. Give all, I think. There we go. So you get the wings. And then you can get... Oh. Yeah, actually. Change the clip. Okay, so. Is there any, like, maybe we could... We could put another one in there. Another one in here as well. I think I need to lower this just a little bit, because otherwise you get fried. Although maybe just one. It didn't feel the same as Doom, absolutely not. Man, you can't stay afloat for a long time, can you? Okay, now it's over. And what does the scroll do? Holy shit. Okay, okay. So we're gonna place a couple of things here. Mask of Terror, I have no idea what that is actually. Maybe it runs mixed monsters. Like, I don't know if there's any documentation left. Maybe there's a readme to as what these new things do. I don't know. Shadow Sphere. Well, kind of makes some of the names make sense, but like this is probably for to avoid drowning. Might, it kind of makes sense. The Master Scroll, I have no idea. Mask of Terror, no. I have no idea. Chicken wing. It's a chicken wing there. It's a roasted chicken wing. That's for sure. Crystal filter, red apple. Mystic urn, we could place a mystic urn here. And then maybe something here. Crystal filter maybe. Well, it's fun to kind of discover what is the Mask of Terror? What is that? What does it do? Does it scare monsters away? I have no idea. Oh man, my eye. I gotta get this itch. But I think this is this is good. Can we actually these two out and perhaps that is messed up. What the hell happened here? Okay. something like that. It is, you know, somewhat, maybe, yeah, that's where it goes wrong. This is a very, let's say, a strange shape, which definitely is not easy for texture alignment, so I kind of have to wing it somewhat. You know what would be actually pretty cool? We can actually add some decoration to this. Okay, I'm gonna just try an experiment. Just to see how it looks. So we're gonna round it off. Okay. Can always go back, of course. And then we're gonna see. It might be too large, which I kind of figured. Let's see if we can actually shrink this. But I'm not really sure. Because it doesn't seem to, like, I cannot increase the size. But it does seem to shrink. Which, you know, does look quite nice. Now what I'm gonna do, too bad because of the skulls, I kind of like that, but I feel like you can't really see too much of it. It's kind of weird. Why I can't really make it larger. I can shrink these things like the pillars. We can make them larger. That's kind of weird. No. Unfortunately, what I would do is probably create trims from these separate textures as well, which is a lot easier than just having these big textures just separate for that. It's easier to scale. Now I have to kind of guess it. Can we actually? Well, that might actually work. Okay. Let's see if we can actually maybe decrease it a little more. 0.3. Something like that. Now, what could also work is I add torches here. That might be going overboard. And if I decide to keep this, well, we can always, you know, make it a little easier on the level information and reset this. Let's see how it looks. We can actually... It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. So I feel like the transition is not on point. Transition between like this texture, don't feel like it's working for me. I really want this. Can we actually, let's see, fit height, fit width, no. Fit height, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Okay, so I have to do it manually, lower scale. So there's we can 4, 3, 2, 1. See, like how I think this is it. We're gonna go with this. It's a delicate balance. But I think maybe these things should be replaced with something, or maybe let's see, let's use 0.4. Maybe I should replace them. Like we got a couple of like these nice torches here. But it might be over the top. I think when it comes to the trim, it's actually not that bad. Texture, like, I feel like decoration should be something else. The only thing is what? Small pillar. Statues are always nice. Now, there is a red key in there. Colored vase, also nice. Though there would not make any sense to put it up there. It's pretty cool. Hand statue. That would only be, yeah. Woof. This might be something. Maybe. I think this one. That actually looks pretty nice. Let's see, because there is a red key in there. In that specific, yeah. Oh, I like that. Let's see if we can actually... That is actually looking pretty cool. We can add some flames to it as well. However, I feel like this is definitely, yeah, with the reds. Now, actually, maybe I just got lucky. Or just it was a case of bad luck. And I just happened to pick items I couldn't scale. So let's see. I think they actually do scale. That's awesome. Now I might just shrink it down just a little bit. Because you can see it's not, they're not really. However, it can be arranged if I actually just that's weird. Let's start here. It's a little quieter. Not less dangerous, apparently. It's too bad it's kind of like floating. Let's use 1.3. My hands are cold. So they're not, like, they kind of look floaty. Let's see, let's actually first remove whatever is causing pain here. There we go. It's not really necessary. I think that is, when it comes to scale, that's good. Now I have to keep in mind that you do get the wings, but I guess I can live with this. What I can do see, the thing is, it's I know it's a lot of, let's say, unnecessary detail. Oh shit. That's bad. I just want these, not the thing. It's a necessary detail, but I can get away with it because the area, the outside area, is not that large. But then you kind of, like, even if you fly, let me demonstrate. So it seems more like the crystals. See, like they're flat on there instead of floating. I think that's a lot better. And you can never get higher than this area. This is the ceiling limit. So you won't be able to see there's like an inset. That's how we solve that. But I think I'm gonna go with this. I kinda like that. I think it looks a little better compared to the original idea. And I kinda like the color and the color contrast, like the red. And these volcanoes are super loud. So that's, yeah, happy with that. So we can remove this one. Or maybe. Room here if we scale it. Oh, we already got something. Hmm? This fruit, unfortunately, doesn't hang from the ceiling, it just sits on the floor. Which is very unfortunate, because it would look a lot cooler. See, it falls. It falls down. Which would look a lot cooler on the ceiling though, but I don't know why, because it doesn't make sense. you can't eat it. I'm not really sure if you can actually change like the floaty, like the definition through a script for just a specific level. Like if I give this an ID tag and I manually make it float or something, I don't know if that's possible. Because I have to be careful. Oh, gravity. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can actually, if that's the case, what would be really cool if that, nah, that would be insane. Like suppose you can change the gravity, you can change the gravity, probably you can change that specific flag through a script, which would mean like if there's like an earthquake, the fruit falls. Right? You could just shake up the ground and make it fall by changing the gravity. Now let's see if this works. I'm not really sure. Yeah, it works. Holy shit. So as you walk, you could like make these fruits fall. It would be nice if you could eat them to gain some health. But this is actually insane. This is insanely cool. I never knew you could change that, like the gravity. That definitely brings it to a whole new level. That's the gravity. Jeez, I never knew. I honestly never knew. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, this is awesome. Awesome news I never knew. I wonder if gravity. Jesus Christ. That is awesome. Conversation ID score. You can actually add scores, health. You could destroy them. See if we can actually make these volcanoes dormant. Jesus Christ, that is awesome. Wait a minute. Oh. But they're not dormant. Okay. It doesn't... It would be cool though. But yeah, I should probably cut down on volcanoes here. I mean, I like them. They're really cool. But I feel like because I think usually, mostly they're placed in lava. However, like here, for example, could make sense, right? Because it's like it's a rising up from the ground. And it creates like an extra little bit of danger here. Man, that is cheating pretty high. I think I should probably use it sparingly. That's pretty cool. You could eat those fruits, but the thing is, it's like a community project, and I have no idea like how I can't make changes to the core just per level, because they might have been used differently in other maps. So there are no set rules for specific items, I guess, I think. Which would make it hard for me to adjust the core of the mod, because that would change the properties, and that would maybe, like in this case, maybe not so much, but in some other cases it might break certain maps, because if I change properties, you know, it gets changed across the board through all the levels. So I kind of wanted to have this specifically done, you know, per level. I only want to make per level unique level changes. Not really sure if I can actually script this, like make it a pickup ambush players. I don't know what the hell that. Gravity, score, health. Float bob face. I don't even know what that is. Thing. Ah, okay. Okay, so how do we because the thing is, you have to, and I'm not really sure if you can actually set it. I'm not really sure if you can set it. Heal thing? I don't even know what that is. Heal amount. 1. Okay, let's run a few tests. So we're gonna start over here. Let's place this here. Let's change the gravity. Now, how do you script that if the player runs over this? Because it's not at the core of the mod. It's not scripted as a pickup. So I would have to change it to make it like a pickup. Deactivate thing. Remove thing. Move thing. Destroy thing. Remove thing. Heat. No. Yeah, that was what I was thinking as well. But that would be quite messy here. And it would be too much effort just for like a small gimmick like that. Now what I was thinking actually is, like, you get different colors of fruits, so like I might want to have one color, specific color of fruit to be toxic to the player. So you get to, like, you lose a little bit of health if you eat it. So you have to kind of like carefully walk around it. Like if you enter this, there's like a small earthquake, all the fruits drop. And then if you walk over it, like depending on whether it's blue or red, you lose a little bit of health or you gain health. That would be pretty cool. So I'm not really sure if I can actually script this. There is custom. I have no idea. Like, yeah. Now it would make sense, like, if it's just like a pickup. Well, I can always ask. Let me do that real quick. I'm just gonna ask it if the project leader is willing to create a pickup. And if that's the case, well, then we're far enough. I'm just gonna ask if they can. It's not a huge amount of effort. Like if there's like an invisible thing you can pick up, you can just script it. But I'm gonna try to see if like on pickup you activate a script. Or you can just, you could script it in the base, like some fruits are toxic. Okay, so you can tie actions to pickups, yeah. It's just like you give these things a thing ID tag, and if it gets destroyed or picked up like a key, you can attach actions to that. So it's fairly simple, but it has to be a pickup because it's easier. And especially if like you don't even have to, like any map author can attach whatever actions they want. But I feel like it would only make sense to eat this, to be able to eat this fruit. Okay, so I asked it. We'll see. Maybe it's you know, if he changes it, it's super easy. So let's say I'm not going to spend too much time on that. During this session, we'll see what comes out, and if it's just, if you can change it. Then it's all good. But I'm really happy with the gravity aspect. That is definitely a game changer. Hey BDC, what is up, buddy? Welcome. Yeah, I can make it a health pickup, and that's the easy part. Like, but I have to ask permission from the project lead because the fruits might have been in use somewhere else, and it might kind of alter the gameplay in other maps. So I have to check with the project lead if it's okay to change the fruit behavior, because it's something that's going across the entire map, or all the maps in the project. If I make these are fundamental changes. It's not just per level. Now, however, it would be good if there's like a general use for that, so other people can take advantage of that one as well, because I think it's very interesting. It's kind of like, if these fruits kind of drop to the floor, then you kind of create like a mini maze where you have to be careful where you step, otherwise you lose health. So it might be interesting for other people to use that mechanic as well. If not the case, I can just attach an action individually, so I can do that in map. I just need the fruit to be to be a pickup, and that's something I think you have to script and decorate. The decorate part of the specific thing. I don't think you can do it like through scripting, through this map scripting. Can I here change the thing so the player can pick it up? And I mean really, like the actual thing, not just fake it. Like when you enter a sector, like draw a sector around it, which is also a solution, but in this case I feel like it's going to be very messy, so we don't want that. If it's not the case, I did ask the question. No, you can't. Okay, so I have to do it in Decorate, but that's I'll ask. If it's not, you know, I'll abandon the concept, but I thought it would be pretty cool to have something like that in the game. And maybe, like, you know, because it's still like it's a community project, but I think most of them kind of dropped out, so it's only down to like a small group, which makes it a little easier for somebody to kind of implement that mechanic throughout the other maps as well, where, you know, the fruits are in use. Maybe it was the intention to actually make them eatable, which or edible. Edible? Do you say edible? Yeah. Because I can't really see what other than decoration. I mean, they look like you could pick them up. But it's pretty cool. I never knew like you could just change, because you could change the gravity in map, because it's not set standard to hang from ceiling. But this is really cool, like an earthquake. Let's see actually. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have too much time. If you give these a thing ID, I think it's possible. Let's see. Gravity 0. Thing identification 4. And then let's see if we can actually fruit drop. Change sector, nothing. Can you change the gravity? Please tell me you can change the gravity. Hey, terrific toilet. Welcome. Unfortunately, I have to end the stream soon, but welcome nonetheless. Can we change the gravity? Is it possible to make underwater stuff? Absolutely. You can do that in... You can go underwater, yeah, absolutely. Type. I don't know. Let's actually test this out. Oh, it's void. How? Well, you can create 3D sectors. This would be a 3D sector. No. I could show you, but unfortunately I don't have any more time today. I have a couple of other tasks I need to complete. But if you catch me during the next stream, do remind me so I can show it to you. It's actually fairly easy. Oh, like in vanilla, no. In vanilla Doom or Heretic's not possible. No. That's not possible. Underwater stuff. Maybe you can fake it, but you won't be able to swim. Thank you for joining, by the way. There are some people who kind of, I know, they had to be very creative. They faked like underwater areas, but I can't even remember how to do it in vanilla. But you can't really swim, so you can just move like you move above water, so to speak. But it's not possible. Here you can actually have swimmable water in GZ Doom, or in Z Doom for that matter, or I think there are a couple of other ports as well, or engines. It's definitely possible. I use it in one of my own projects using GZ Doom, so yeah, absolutely. If you catch me during the next stream, I have to end the stream here, unfortunately. But if you catch me during the next stream, remind me and I will show you. It's an easy example. It's easy to do it. You can actually, you can look it up on the GZ Doom. Like if you type in Google GZ Doom underwater area or something like that, it's super easy. You just have to learn a little bit about 3D sectors, but it's fairly simple. You can have like an underwater area. Let's say if you're new, quick guess, maybe like in 10 to 15 minutes, you would have to you would have an area ready. Yeah, on vanilla, it's when it comes to movement, you're not gonna be able to swim. But you can fake it, but you have to look. I can't remember, like it's been a while. You have to, I think, make sure you don't like set texture to certain walls or something. I can't remember. But it might not look as good as you have in mind, so it's good to remember that. Yeah, maybe. I think it has something like I think that's the direction you have to look in. Yeah, like maybe you remember the Illusio pit or something. I think that was like a level which kind of took advantage to some well, it was just one pit, I think, but it took advantage of certain tricks. But yeah. Well, good luck anyway in your search. Hope you find the solution to your problem, and hopefully it looks good enough for you to be able to pull it off. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining, and have a great Sunday afternoon. Take care. Was there anything else I wanted to say? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, next time I made some great progress on my Game Boy game. Remind me, I'm gonna show you next week. Pretty exciting. I've been creating a few monster designs, and I really like the way they turn out. So remind me to show you next week.